All right, Feisties, welcome back. This is Kelly O'Mara here with Katie Zaferis, and this week we have Kirsten Kasper with us straight from the opening WTCS race in Uzbekistan, straight off the plane to join us. How is the jet lag? How do you guys deal with that? Like flying all over the world?
Yeah, the jet lag right now is really tough. I'm struggling, but it was a lot easier going there. I think it's just that 5 days there and coming back. Oh, I'm a wreck right now. Yeah.
Do
But
you
the
guys have
nice
like,
thing is,
well, I was going to ask Katie, do you guys have like tips? Like, you guys are always like flying in, racing somewhere crazy, flying back.
well, yeah, I have a question for Kirsten then on
Mhm.
that because like I would never really change what I was doing leading into like going somewhere. Like I wouldn't try to change my schedule
Mhm.
ahead of time. Once I got there, I never looked back. You're like on the schedule of like wherever you arrive to. And I feel like the only thing I would do like differently is if I took a nap, I'd like set my alarm for like 20 minutes. But goodness, that might not always be like I'd snooze that thing like up until like an hour. And then maybe one tip I have is if I'm going somewhere that's a really big time difference, I like to get there at night.
Hmm.
Mm.
So even after travel, like no matter what, if you travel for a super long time, you're never like super like amped to go like for a full day. So I
Right.
would
Yeah.
just get there at night so I can just go to sleep if I
Mm.
could. That might be my only
I
tip.
landed in Uzbekistan at 4 a.m. So I did
Oh,
the
how'd that
I
go?
did yeah. We got to the hotel for around 6 a.m. and then I just tried to like start
Power
my
through.
day. So
Mm.
went to the pool, did a run, just try to keep busy and like hold my eyes open till 8 p.m. and I finally let myself go to bed. So yeah, no, that it's a long day. It felt like 2 different days from like traveling to the
Do you guys feel like it like affects your performance? Because they're doing like more and more studies now about sleep deprivation and jet lag and all this stuff. I gotta imagine like the WTCS World Triathlon athletes would be guinea pigs on like how this affects performance, right? Yes.
Yeah.
totally. I also think that the like Americans or North America has a if you train in the US, it's a little harder than Europe because Europe honestly only had a 3 hour time change to the race, whereas my time change was 12 hours. So that was kind of interesting too. I roomed with Taylor Spivey and we were on like completely different. She was sleeping in till like 10 a.m. I was up at 5 a.m. So it
Oh,
was an
because she
interesting
trains over
dynamic.
there. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
See, that's why we gotta get more races in the North America for us.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
and I
please.
think something I always tried to do is like if I was racing, I would try to do activity every single day I was there at race time,
Mm.
just so like you knew you weren't taking a nap or like sleeping when you were going to have to be like firing on all cylinders. But yeah, I'm sure it affect. I don't know. As an athlete, I like never tried to think about it leading into the race.
And now as a coach, you're like, oh no.
Well, now as a coach, I'm like, do not take a nap during race time. Like, be up, do your session. Yeah.
So this was a new, I mean, it was a World Cup before, but it was a new WTCS course. How'd you like the venue? How'd you like the new race? And I mean, we were starting the WTCS season kind of late, right?
Yeah, because of Abu Dhabi got
Right.
canceled. But yeah, I marked this on my calendar when it came up because I've never been there. So kind of excited me to travel somewhere new in the world. The venue itself it was like, I guess we were kind of in this isolated area with hotels and it was kind of more of a touristy area,
Mm.
which was good because we had like a 6K loop or stretch of road that just circled these like hotels that was really easy to train on. So like in terms of like training that way, it was like pretty simple, straightforward. The venue itself, the bike course I thought was a lot of fun because we did have that technical bit that we went into like the eternal city area that they try to showcase a little bit of like the culture as well. So I thought it was a great course for that reason. Definitely technical and yeah, it was fun. It was just a lot hotter than I was expecting in Uzbekistan. The days leading into the race, it was like rainy. I was wearing a long sleeve, and then on race day, it was hot. And the stress score, they always put a flag up for the stress score, and it said green. And when I was running by it, I was like, no way. There's no way this is a green stress score because I was overheating.
Wait, what
Well,
are
Um,
stress scores, guys? I've never heard of this.
Oh yeah. So they kind of evaluate the air temp. Katie can correct me. Air temp, it's like the humidity. Um, I think it's like all the environmental factors, and they come up with like flags. It's like green, yellow, red. There's like
Black.
black. It's like extreme.
It is. It's the last one.
Oh,
Which
and that's what they
usually
decide
means
if
they
have
would
to
like
short.
modify the course. Yeah.
Yes.
Like race.
If it's in like a certain flag, they have different like if the water temp is too hot, then like it's a certain level with the stress score, then they'll shorten it and like do various things based on the level of stress.
But this one was interesting because didn't the water temperature change like a
Yeah.
significant amount between like your course recons and your race day?
Yeah.
It was
So
wetsuit, right?
it was wetsuit. When we arrived in the beginning of the week, I think they said it was around 15, 16 Celsius. On course preview that morning, they measured it. It was 17. But by the time of course preview at, I think it was like 3 p.m., it went up to 19. So it was really fluctuating. And for us, everyone was, of course, the day before, like, oh, is it going to be wetsuit, non-wetsuit? It was totally the talk. All the athletes trying to like predict. But it ended up being wetsuit for the women because it was 19. And I think non-wetsuit for the men, which were like 2.5 hours later. So it definitely was like a shallow body of water that could really fluctuate.
Oh, that's interesting. So for people, since it was middle of the night here for us, people who don't know, Beth Potter won, Leonie Perrialt, and then Jean Lahair, Jean. And it basically came down to the run, and then Georgia, who I totally didn't even realize Georgia was racing until she came in fourth. And mine seemed to me, Kirsten, and tell me if it seemed like it really came down to the run because the groups like came together on the bike. Tell us a little bit, like, did the wetsuits make a difference? Did it like play out differently in the pack?
Yeah, something unique about this course for the swim, it was actually 2 laps continuous, where usually we have the Aussie exit and you have to dive back in. But this course, we didn't have that. We didn't exit the water halfway. So it was just 2 continuous laps, which I think strung it out a lot more. But I do feel like the wetsuit definitely usually makes it like tighter. It's not as strung out. But we did get a group of 8 of us away on the bike. We just weren't organized well, and I feel like we're missing some firepower. We need one of those Brit girls in our group to kind of like drive that. And that's something I feel like that shifted since Paris. We definitely don't have the same swim biker power, I feel like, in that front group, or maybe just not yet. Maybe it'll come in time.
And I think the firepower was behind you, chasing you down. So
totally.
like, because Jess Folligar was a pack behind the main pack, and she brought up Beth who was the other? She brought up one other person.
I forget who it was. But I saw that, and in my head, I was like, do we let up and let them catch?
Yeah. To have like, Jess.
Yeah, but how do you communicate that to a group of 9 women, right? Like it was interesting dynamics. So unfortunately for me, yes, the packs came together and it came down to a run race, and didn't have the run legs for that.
And it was very hot.
Were you what were you thinking when Georgia went off? Because Georgia did get a 45-second lead, I want to say.
Okay. So I was towards the front when Georgia attacked, and I feel like I was the first person to respond to it. But she did a great job of where she attacked, because it was like leading into like 4 corners, and she cornered aggressively. I'm impressed because I was the next person, and I came out of transition and tried to go, looked back for someone to pull through, and there was like no intent from the other athletes to try. And so, no, it was impressive. I was surprised that no one cared that she was up the road. I feel like typically someone responds and tries to close that gap, but we just let her go.
Yeah. Do the Brits, okay, you guys, if Georgia's taking a flyer off the front and then Jess is pulling Beth up from behind, do you think do the Brits communicate? I feel like that's like multiple strategies there happening within one team. You guys are shrugging. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense.
Because I do think the Brits do tend to play tactics more than any other like country probably, but it's not always what would you say, like on their own terms. And even like reflecting on, like, I have no idea what was going on, but Jess was with Beth. Jess had a worse swim, and you could like speculate, like, was Jess working for Beth? I actually have no idea. They don't train together. They're not at the same like center. So they might have just ended up together. And at this point of like time of like year and season and where you're at with like the Olympics, like there's not really a reason for someone to work with another countryman unless you're practicing for something in the future. So basically to say, I have no idea. That's why
They're
the
probably
shrug.
all just trying.
That's why the shrug, because it could go both ways.
I didn't see any of those like team tactics in this race, but I have seen it before. I like specifically in 2017 Rotterdam Grand Final. I was in the chase. Katie was up ahead with Flora and Jess, I think.
Yeah.
And me and Joe Brown were working so hard to chase down the front pack. And Jody, I think it was Jody, was in our group, and she's a strong cyclist, and she would not pull through. And so after the race, I was like, "What the heck?" And she's like, "Sorry, I was told if there was a Brit up the road, I wasn't allowed to work." And so that was an interesting situation because, like, yeah, I saw the team tactics totally come out. Whereas, like, I don't think I've ever had that conversation with like the U.S. women in terms of we're always racing for ourselves in that sense.
It's very American, guys.
It's worked out okay in some cases.
It worked out okay, yeah. Wait, what you were saying, it was hard to communicate with the group of 9. How do you all communicate in the middle of a race? Do you like yell at each other?
And what are you like in the group?
I think
I think
as I've aged and grown, like in the sport, I'm more vocal for sure. I was trying to like motivate and get people working, but it was me and Taylor Spivey trying to like motivate them. But you can only do so much. I'm not mean. I don't think I'm mean. People can give me feedback.
I would be very surprised. It was going to be a follow-up question, but I was like, I know the answer. I've been in the pack. Like,
I'm usually trying to motivate, not like scare tactics. Yeah.
Oh, you're not like pulling a Brownlee and like screaming
No.
at them.
No.
What were you said you guys went through like the hotel district and stuff? Were there crowds out since this was kind of a first WTCS? No,
not at all.
Oh, man,
it was very empty.
Oh man, that's sad.
Yeah. I was shocked that they had the race there because like I'm like I don't know their history of triathlon or exposure, so that was really interesting that was even an option.
But I think there was an Uzbekistani, I should know that, but like athlete in the men's race, right?
Yes. Yeah.
But I wanted to know, I know you did a little like you did a little tour after, or at least went and saw something. What did you see? What did you learn? Or like what was your plan?
Yeah, I was stoked because the race or the local organizing committee put on this cultural experience for us, and they like planned it all, and we had a tour guide, so it was really simple. But they took us to the main square, I guess, where the trade and everything happened. So it was from like the 16th century, I think. It was 2 Islamic schools and then a religious building. But yeah, they put on a light show for us, which was really cool. Got to see the buildings at night, and then there was little shops in there that you can go get some touristy things. So yeah, no, I'm really happy I actually got to experience more than our just little complex of hotels and the 6K loop. Actually drive through the city a little bit and see more. Because yeah, no, I didn't eat outside of the hotel at all. Just because there were no options that way.
Oh, it wasn't like because I've been to races, in other countries, and some of the athletes will make that choice to like, no, I'm only eating like hotel white rice because they're very nervous. But this was just because there were no.
Yeah, there was no options. You could, I guess, order food, but the apps were all in Uzbek, and I just stuck to the hotel.
All right, so this was were you planning on doing Abu Dhabi or?
No, I was never. I had signed up for Oceanside.
Okay. So this was the first race of the WTCS season. What is there, and Katie's been hyping us up on the podcast for, it's like racing really starting again. Years. Yeah. No. But I was just trying, was there excitement? Like, are people like, all right, like we're starting now. There's more races this year. We're obviously getting into the Olympic points. Was the vibe like among the athletes there? Or are they still waiting?
I feel like it was no different than a normal race, to be honest. I mean, I think people are excited to race, finally line up, but it wasn't a full field for us, which I feel like once the Olympic cycle or Olympic points start, it probably will be a lot more competitive that way.
Yeah, because even Yokohama right now is like pretty, not chill, but like it's unsubscribed, less subscribed, not unsubscribed.
Taylor, didn't Nib tell us last week, though, that Olympic points start like the Monday after Yokohama? So
yeah. So I think a lot of the Europeans aren't coming because the next race is in Italy. So it's just not worth their time to travel to Japan.
And what's your plan?
That's
Sorry,
what I was going to say. I was going to also say, what's your plan?
I feel like, so I had actually done this with like, I think I sent Kelly like all these questions for like Taylor. And then I went and looked at the document and I was like, oh, we're on the same brainline for, like, for these. But yeah, what is your like next plan for racing? Because you've been doing a bit of the longer course races and now with the Olympic points starting. How do you balance it?
No, I think I'm still trying to figure that one out. Since I think I'm the 7th ranked American right now, a lot of it is just kind of like going with the flow and waiting to figure out which of the top 5 women are starting the short course races. So I kind of have like contingency plans based on if I can't get into this short course, then I'll do this long course. So I'm like having fun with it and just trying to like dabble in both, I guess. Which I feel like I learned from last weekend. I'm like, oh, I need to get a little bit more speed in my legs. I feel like I've focused on the 70.3 and the like sustained duration, and I need to kind of get some sharpening in my legs. So that was great feedback. Yeah, the women are fast. I gotta level up.
You gotta run what was it, like a 33 10K or something like that?
Yeah.
Something crazy. Yeah. Wait, so just so that people know, because you guys, we've referenced this a few times. How does it work? It's the top 5 from every country get to be on a start list, or like every country can only enter 5. Is that right?
Yeah, for a WTCS, only 5 Americans are allowed on the start list until they roll through the full wait list. Then you can have more than 5 Americans if it's not full. So like Yokohama, I think we have 7 Americans maybe, because there's only 44 out of the 55 people signed up for the race.
Okay. So that's why everybody's like, you want to be ranked in the top 5 so that you can get starts, so that you can earn points. Oh, man.
And Americans have it where like there's other countries where they have like 2 women who want to do World Triathlon Championship Series races and they don't ever have to worry about it. But the countries that have depth in their athletes, that then it's, and especially as you get closer to like the Olympic rankings, like then you're going to want to be on those start lists that then will count towards those points. So it's a game.
It is a game. Yeah.
It feels
but
like
my
there's
focus
a whole,
right now is trying to move up. So I'm taking a little break from the 70.3 stuff to try to make that effort. So I am in the top 5, so I don't have to go with the flow. I can plan a little bit more.
So when you're looking at like race options, are you looking more at like World Triathlon Championship Series races and World Cups?
Yeah.
Or and then potentially a 70.3 if it works.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Nailed it.
I was just, I totally in my head started thinking about like points and chasing points and which list you have to be on, and like it feels like you guys have to like figure this all out. What if you read the directions wrong and fuck it up?
Yeah, it happens. I feel like Katie's very experienced in this.
Yeah, I have my and I honestly like a little bit is kind of like lucky because like when I was trying to get points after like pregnancy, it was going to races. Like there was Yokohama for us, and it was a full start list. And it was like, do you go and see if somebody gets sick or something happens or crashes? And I decided not to, but Gwen had for that like specific race, and Gwen didn't get on. I did the same thing for Montreal, and I went, and someone had a visa problem. Like one of the South Africans had a visa problem, and I ended up on the start list and got 5th in the race, like from being like almost dead last. Well, no, dead last, like getting onto the start line. So like, but you have no idea. And honestly, I see it in like as an athlete, I thought it was super challenging, and now as a coach I find it worse because you're like telling someone to like spend money or like go like potentially go somewhere that you don't even, you're like, I have no idea if this is gonna work out. Like
didn't that happen to Morgan Pearson at the test event in Paris too? Like I remember this.
He found out, was it the morning or the night before, and he qualified for Olympics because he got a start. It's impressive. Just kind of like being able to adapt and, you know, like handle that situation well. I feel like it's definitely a skill and mental side of the sport that you have to take in consideration.
I wanted to call out the other race though that was in Samarkand. It was a para cup, and Katie, I feel like maybe you know, but we have a new VI, visually impaired U.S. athlete that I feel like we need to give a shout out to, McLean Hermes. She was a Paralympic swimmer, and now she's made the transition over to triathlon, which is cool. And she won her first one.
Yeah, and had a great
exciting
run too.
Yeah.
Which, like, coming from the swimming background, super solid.
Yeah, that was awesome to see.
And I'm pretty sure she's one of our resident team para
Yeah,
triathletes.
yeah. I was gonna say, like, isn't Tommy going around like recruiting people? This is for all the medals. Yeah.
Yep, Tommy's in charge of recruiting, so he's trying to find all like the athletes. And I think so like how he does it for like Olympic like talent ID athletes, it's like going through like run, swim, like data, you know, like it's kind of straightforward. But for para athletes, it's challenging because it doesn't say like para athlete for athletes who are running and swimming. So like you kind of have to go through different avenues, or like a lot of word of mouth is like actually really helpful. But yeah, no, it's super cool to see McLean win our first para cup.
Yeah, that's cool. It's weird they call them. I get very obviously. I know we're renaming everything. It's going to be T50s, but it's very confusing that Para Cup is their highest, but then World Cups are not the highest on the Olympics. Like, other people do not understand that WTCS is above World Cup. Like people from other sports.
Oh,
but
yeah,
they have Para Series.
Is Para Series above Para Cup?
Yes.
I'm very confused, guys.
Yeah. So it's the same. It's actually the same.
But then they had a Para Cup at the WTCS.
Yeah,
see, that's what I was confused about.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You're like, okay, that's okay to be confused.
That's okay to be confused on. But yeah, the other part is a little more straightforward.
Whatever.
But in Yokohama, there's both.
Oh, there's both.
See? And they're both Paris, or not, they're both
series.
WTCS series. Yeah, Paris series.
Yeah. Oh, man. And they're also doing that for Hamburg as well. So you'll see series, yes.
Oh man, guys, are we all going to T50 after next year? Is that, are they gonna, I guess I don't even know. That's a good question. Is if Para is going to go? I don't know. There was also obviously the T100, the men. Hayden went wild. Do you have any interest, Kirsten, in doing a T? Because I was just looking at this because the women are next in Spain, and the start list has Georgia on it, has Nib on it, has Spivey on it, has Sophie Caldwell on it. Do you have any interest? Are you?
Yeah, I do. I tried to get on Dubai in the fall. Didn't get a wild card spot. And then, so yeah, that's part of why I do want to do 70.3 to try to get my ranking up, because I would really like to do the Vancouver T100 since I actually have family there. Matt's from British Columbia. So it kind of feels like I've trained in Victoria, BC. So it feels like a little bit of a home race. So I am targeting that one because it doesn't conflict with any short course racing and close to home. But yeah, I'm that's part of my like looking at what are my options in terms of like I considered if I didn't get into Yokohama, do I try to do that Spain T100 the following week? So yeah, it's definitely on the table. I hope to do one of those because I actually think I'll like it a little better than the 70.3 distance.
Really?
Just because it's a little shorter on the bike and run, but the swim's longer. So I feel like that's good for me.
Do you guys think from an athlete standpoint, do you guys think the T100s play out more similar to 70.3s or more similar to short course racing?
Well, I think 70.3s are starting to play out more similar to short course racing. So I think it's a good middle ground, but probably, I mean, short course racing is just so different. Sure. Like it, but I feel like the thing that I noticed the most with T100 and 70.3s is the like, now there's like an intensity, or maybe I shouldn't say now, but it seems like there's a short course level intensity now in like the longer course, and like really optimizing like transitions being like super fast. So that's not really answering your question, but I guess
that's true.
Everything's getting faster. Even when I watched like Kona last year, I was like, whoa, this is like becoming more and more intense.
Wait, Kirsten, now I'm like, so you weren't able to get on Dubai and you want to raise your ranking. Do you have to have a ranking to get like to roll into a start list now? Or are they still,
I think it's 3 70.3 scores to get a PTO ranking, if I'm correct. So I'm just way down on the PTO list. So I'd be like,
I'm looking you up. What is your rank? You are way down.
You can say it. It's fine.
You're like 219th. You're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you need more races. Yeah.
But do you only have one?
2 now.
Two
So I
now.
have La Quinta and Oceanside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to talk more about Kirsten's, pathway into 70.3s.
Meet your new Race Day Advantage, Orca's Athlex Aero Tri-Suit. This isn't your everyday tri-suit. It's built for speed where it matters most. With aerodynamic fabric strategically placed across the shoulders, arms, and back, it's designed to be aerodynamic on the bike while still giving you full freedom of movement in the water. And when the race heats up, Orca's Vapor Cool technology kicks in, actively helping your body regulate temperature by accelerating sweat evaporation. You also get a lightweight, quick-drying Tri-Tech chamois for comfort on the bike without feeling bulky on the run, and 2 back pockets to stash your nutrition for those longer efforts. The fit is compressive, race-ready, and built for performance. Plus, it comes in a very feisty blue color, which we love. Whether you're chasing a PR or just want to feel fast, the Athlex Aero Tri-Suit is designed to help you perform at your best across swim, bike, and run. Check it out now at the link in our show notes and use the code FeistyTry15 for 15% off all Orca products. That's FeistyTry15 for 15% off, and use the link in our show notes.
Let's face it, as much as most of us love being outdoors, sometimes the outdoors doesn't love us. Like when it's 10 degrees below or pouring rain, or sometimes you've got a workout on tap that's just hard to do outdoors. Well, great news. We have partnered with Wahoo to offer you a special deal on the Wahoo Kicker Run, a revolutionary rethink of the traditional treadmill that will convert even the most diehard treadmill haters. I know because I was one. The Kicker Run is engineered to bring outdoor running straight into your home. With a push of a button, you can set up this machine to match your pace automatically, so you can just run, and it automatically adjusts with you instead of the other way around. By far, my favorite feature. It also has terrain simulation, so the deck feels like I'm on hard-packed trails with just enough give but no bounce. There's even a lateral tilt feature which mimics real-world terrain, varying the side-to-side angle to keep your muscles ready for outdoor running. Finally, the Kicker Run has unmatched connectivity. It seamlessly connects to the Wahoo ecosystem and third-party apps, so you can simulate routes from Strava or Zwift. Whether you're a triathlete, a devoted runner, or someone who just loves to stay fit, the Kicker Run is there for you, and honestly, it's just a beautiful machine. We love it, we know you will too, so check this thing out. Click the link in the show notes and use the code FEISTY2026, all caps FEISTY2026, to get a free Headwind Smart Fan valued at $300 with the purchase of a Wahoo Kicker Run today. I will drop a link in the show notes to make it a snap.
Pillar is a performance health brand developed by leading sports scientists, dietitians, and athletes. Pillar is focused on getting you to the start line in the best condition possible. My nighttime routine and sleep really became a crucial part of my life as an elite athlete in order to consistently perform in my training and racing. Even now, when my priorities have shifted, I know that a good night's sleep is key to me being at my best, whether it be training, coaching, or keeping up with my family. Pillar's triple magnesium, informed by leading heart rate variability researcher Dr. Dan Plews, has been integral to my end-of-day routine. I take it 30 minutes before bed each night to guarantee that my body spends as much time in REM and deep sleep as possible. Pillar uses a high dose of glycinate magnesium, activating the parasympathetic nervous system and ensuring that I fall asleep and stay in the restorative sleep phases for longer. This is especially important to me because I still have a 9-month-old who still doesn't sleep through the night. So I feel much more confident in being able to fall asleep faster and optimize the time that I have asleep, and so that I feel better rested and recovered the next day with triple magnesium as part of my routine. So check it out. If you want to give it a try, visit pillarperformance.shop, or for North American customers, head to thefeed.com and use the code FEISTY, capital FEISTY, for 15% off your first purchase.
All right. Before we got on, you two were reminiscing about when you first started in triathlon, and were you guys in the same like little recruitment program together?
Just barely.
Just barely.
Like when Kirsten came in, I was exiting, I think, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't even think I was supposed to be your roommate in Chula Vista when I first moved out there. And then I think that was when Tommy had his heat stroke situation. So I actually never got to cross paths with you. I feel like it was
We high five.
Yeah. But yeah, we were in the same program, recruited the same way. Yeah.
Coached by
But
the
you guys
same
both
coach.
both came out of the college recruitment, so you're both like college runners, swimmers.
Yeah, and I always thought it was funny because I went to Syracuse and like we were part of the Big East, and at the time there was a Big East, and
Right.
Kirsten went to Georgetown, and Summer Rappaport went to Villanova, and it was like funny because those were some of our biggest rivals, and then we
Yeah.
we
I
ended
literally
up all
have
in the same
pictures
place.
of all of us, like Sarah Ann from Canada too,
Oh
was
yeah.
raced for Virginia, or West Virginia. I have pictures of us all, like Summer, everyone that did triathlon, like in cross country at NCAAs. And so hey, Big East was a great region. We produced some triathletes, that's for sure.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. I wonder why.
We're tough.
We're
Just
tough. What made you though? Okay, so both you can answer this, but I'm just curious. Like, you ran, you swam, and somebody comes along and is like, "Hey, you should try triathlon." What? And you also both like had real job prospects. It's not like you were being bums. What made you be like, "Oh, I'll try this serious triathlon professional thing"?
That person was Barb Lindquist, and I feel like she just sold it. She was like, you'd be great at this. Like, the Olympics is a possibility for Rio 2016, which would be only 2 years. And honestly, for me, it was like just the belief that I could do triathlon, and excited me. I was kind of debating on, do I want to try running a little bit, maybe do marathons. So I wasn't ready to enter the real world. I wasn't there yet mentally. So for me, it was like, oh, here's a fully funded program, a coach. You get to travel the world, which at that point I hadn't left North America. So it kind of was like, why not give this a try?
Did you know what draft legal triathlon was?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Me neither.
Not at all. So like, getting to Chula Vista, that was part of like my learning, was just trying to learn how to draft. And like, I remember after the first week, Bobby McGee was like, okay, you need to go get cycling clothes. You can't wear running clothes on the bike. And like, you need to be able to carry bottles. Like, you need to have pockets for food. So, it was definitely a steep learning curve for me.
It's where I learned not to wear underwear with my chamois. That camp.
Wait, is that the Chula Vista Training Center that's out there? Is that where you guys lived? Oh, I've been there.
Yeah, so the winters were in Arizona, and then the summers we were in Chula Vista.
How many people in that? Okay, so obviously we don't really have the college recruitment program anymore. It's like we've gone a different direction. How many people who were recruited out of that?
Can I correct that?
Yeah, I'm sure you know way more.
Okay.
I was just paraphrasing.
Yeah, poor Tommy's like, what do you mean? So Tommy is very much still recruiting college athletes, and actually also high school athletes. And like right now, how it works is a lot of his talent ID athletes will then come to OXO, at least for like a short time. And so they're going to be living in like accommodation. And then the idea is really similar as like what Kirsten and I experienced, is you're going to be in a daily training environment, learn the skills, and like, I mean, I guess a shift that changed is when we were both in it, or at least for myself, it was like kind of the expectation you'd be there for like a year to 18 months, but not like long term. For now, like if a talent ID athlete comes here and they decide this is the place to stay, you might not be able to have like accommodation for like the length of your career, but like they could stay here or they can get connected with another training environment. But it is like, it's the whole reason actually our program started was because it had gone away, and it was
That's
like the most successful thing.
Yeah.
And so I really wanted it to come back.
Okay, that's where I was like, wait, didn't you guys start that though because it went away for a while? Yeah.
Yeah, but we've always had we've always had someone doing the collegiate recruiting, but it like shifted in the way it was kind of executed. That never went away. It was just like, I think I don't actually really know, but they like coaching kind of changed and things changed. But anyways, going back to more what we experienced.
Right, because like they would come and recruit you, they would go and teach you about triathlon, put you in this like coaching performance environment, and then I think that's sort of the part that went away, right? And now you have that again. How many of the people that were like recruited and in your little group went on to be very good pro triathletes?
There's a lot of us.
Yeah.
Um,
Like, well, Gwen would be like the first, but she didn't have everything that like Kirsten and I had. She kind of like paved the pathway for us in that, in terms of like what was to come. But then like myself, Summer, Taylor, Kirsten,
Renee.
Renee, Tomlin.
Hmm.
I feel really on the spot right now, Kelly.
I know, I'm like,
So-
shoot,
I'm just
I'm
you guys
blanking.
you don't have to name them all. I'm just saying, was it
A
like
good amount.
was it like most people you went on, or
It was
Or is it
like
just-
most of the people who were at like the top of the ranking, and I think like Nib might be
Yeah,
an
the only
exception
person
to
that didn't. Mhm.
right,
Yeah.
right? Because she did her whole like junior youth thing.
Yep, exactly. The
Interesting.
other way.
The other way to do it, yeah, interesting. I was just trying. So you came into this college recruitment program. We taught you all about triathlon, and then you were like, "I'm hooked. I'm in."
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
I loved it. Here I am still doing it. This is what, I don't know what year this is for me, 12. Yeah.
Do
It
you
makes me feel old.
like short course? Well, because, okay, so you did short course most of that 12 years, and now you're starting to do a little long course. Do you like short course or long course better?
Short course. Yeah, after making Paris, I kind of wanted to try the long course stuff. And that was my plan for 2025, but then I got injured and needed surgery. So I was able to do obviously a short course or a long course race in the fall, and I had a good result, and so I liked it. Whereas Oceanside was rough. I had the complete opposite feeling throughout the race. The Kinta was great. Oceanside, I was, oh my goodness, get me back to short course. But for me, the reason I like short course is because of how dynamic it is. Like in La Quinta, I was on the front of the bike, just
I would
staring
side
at my
point.
power meter.
You're like, I had a good result. You won. You won your first 70.3. And I feel like people like races they win. So
Yeah, but like in that race, I was staring at my power meter, kind of bored, and then I had a group of girls catch me, and then it got a little dynamic, and they were making surges, and I was like, yeah, this is what I like. I like that tactical, like more dynamic stuff rather than just like me and my power meter. Whereas Oceanside, I was alone for like the middle portion of the bike ride, so I feel like I need to practice keeping focused on pushing power. Whereas like in short course, I feel like I'm very concentrated, very focused, because it's also not as long. There's so much going on. So that's definitely something a skill I need to learn.
what do you, this is like Katie's, I don't know if concern is the right word, but concern about doing a long course race is that, what do you think about, what were you thinking about the whole time?
I was like, oh my gosh, I'm only an hour in.
See, this is I was gonna like, don't make this about yourself, Katie, but I'm just like, that's the thing. I think physically, like, long course sounds great. Like mentally, it sounds terrible. Because if you're having a bad day, it's so long.
It's a long day. And like, don't get me wrong, I want to do more because I'm like, you have to remember how you felt in December in the race. Like, it's not always going to be like Oceanside, but it excites me also because I feel like I have so much room for improvement. Like I've never focused on like aero testing on the bike. And after Oceanside, I was like, okay, I need to put some focus on maybe my aerodynamics and equipment there, because I feel like I was losing time. So it's exciting because there's things to improve on for sure.
Well,
I
and
gotta say, I
feel
sort
like-
of hate. I just wanted to back her up, Katie, and say I kind of hate Oceanside too, even though everyone loves that race.
You're supposed to like it, right?
I know it's kind of miserable. Yeah. So,
But
Yeah.
But you like are very dialed. I always think in like your nutrition side of things. So first share how much you have during an Olympic distance. Maybe it's changed over the years, but you used to have like how many
I have
many
at
gels?
least 3 gels on the bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I feel like is more than most people. I feel like I was the girl like walking in and kind of like embarrassed that I had 3 gels, because like most people only had maybe 1 or 2.
sure.
But yeah, in Olympic distance, on the bike I have 3 gels, sports strength in my bottles, and then on the run I always take a gel as well.
And then what do you do for 70.3?
I think I average 120 grams an hour for the Oceanside, so
That's
a lot.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's a lot, but like
Not
I had
these days, no.
on like, for example, on the like 13-mile or half marathon, I had three gels and scratch in my like a flask I was carrying. So I feel like
Wow.
that's a lot for
Yeah, it seems like a lot.
yeah.
But you obviously like, do you train like that too? Like, did you train for it, or is your stomach able to handle it for a race? Do you know?
Yeah. So my coach Nate, actually, he puts it in Training Peaks. He'll put in the label like gut training for certain sessions.
Oh,
so
cool.
Yes, we actually work to like build up to it. So we've like made it gradual. First started like 80 grams an hour, 100, then 120. So no, it's something I'm grateful he knows enough about and just tells me what to take rather than me having to think about it.
Didn't the guy who just broke the world record for the marathon, right, who ran like 1:59, there's a whole article, because obviously everyone's like, why is everybody running so fast? And he takes like 115 grams an hour.
Wow.
Which for running is a lot. Like, obviously people in cycling do crazy shit, but so there you go. See,
he's on to
it.
Yeah. So that is how he broke the world record. So no, I'm kidding. It's probably the shoes, but see, you're on the right track.
Excellent.
All right, so you did, for people who don't know, you did Indian Wells as your first 70.3. You won it. You did Oceanside. You did not love it. What is your, so then what, and you're eyeing this T100 Vancouver.
Uh-huh.
So what is your plan? I know we're being flexible. Yeah.
So like I'm considering Happy Valley, the North American champs. I'm looking at Boise 70.3. So I do have a couple races in mind. I won't do both of those. I think I'll do one or the other. But then I qualified for Worlds. So that's another goal of mine, is to see how I could do at Worlds.
Which, you guys, is happening in Nice. I know Katie doesn't always pay attention to the internet, but if you saw,
I did pay attention. I just didn't know the details. Now I'm going to learn the details.
So last week there was like a wild 24 hours where the mayor of Nice was like, all events are canceled because he's new, and he made his like I'm new speech. It was like, I'm cutting everything. We're cutting everything. And then Ironman came in and said, no, we'll still have it. You just don't have to pay us. So like, because the cities agree to pay. So Guy said, we're going to cancel it. Ironman said, okay, fine, you don't have to pay us 1.5 million euros. So that was a very effective negotiating tactic, I feel like.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's still on. Don't worry.
Excellent.
Ironman just might lose a couple $1 million. So anyway, I do feel like people should know that. It is still on. It's happening in Nice. What was Ironman going to do? So you're going to do it, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I think so. Ask me after those next races. No, I've never raced there before, and it's hilly, which I don't feel like is a strength of mine. So it'll be a challenge for sure.
The uphill or the downhill?
Uphill. Both? I don't feel like I'm a climber because of my back injury.
But I feel like it's dynamic, and isn't that like what you want?
Yes.
We'll find the strength.
Wait, so tell us, because like you kind of hinted at there, you had to have surgery beginning of last year, which is amazing that you came back then. You did Wollongong. You were able to win Indian Wells, La Quinta, whatever they're calling it now. Why did you decide to go through surgery? What kind of happened?
Yeah, so I think since 2019, I knew I had a labral tear in my hip, but I was always able to manage it. It would only bother me if I like did something silly, like my saddle slipped and I didn't know that it was too low, and so I would piss it off. Or I one time was on the elliptical, like cross training, and I went too hard and had a muscle spasm. I know, I got after it. So I don't touch the elliptical anymore when I'm told to cross train or something. But
too dangerous.
The doctor was like, "How hard were you going?" I was like, "I swear it wasn't." It wasn't.
And the machine's still broken at the YMCA. Just kidding.
Oh man.
But I would always get either a cortisone shot if it was like time sensitive, or a PRP, and it would clear it up. So it maybe only once a year would flare up on me. Last winter I slipped on ice, and they think I tore it further essentially. And so I didn't respond to the PRP and the cortisone, and the doctor was basically like, surgery is your only option. at that point, I was like, my career is over. There's no way I'm coming back from this. I can't sit out for 6+ months rehabbing. And but I'm good friends with Emily Infeld, a professional runner, and she had the surgery back in 2019. And so she gave me hope because she had a great year last year. Like she's still going strong. She's made Olympic teams, world teams. So I knew that was just my in the moment reaction to needing surgery. But yes, I went through surgery March of last year. It was a very intense rehab. I don't wish that surgery on anyone. I'm glad I didn't know what I was getting myself into when I went into surgery. Yeah, I was very dependent on my husband, Matt, for the first 3 weeks. Like he had to lift my leg, basically do everything. I was in a machine that moved my leg back and forth for 6 to 8 hours a day for the first month. Like when
Emily didn't tell you these things.
I know, exactly.
Emily. Well, I guess it's good.
Yeah, when you were sleeping, you had to keep your feet strapped. If you were in that machine, like moving your leg, you had to have your feet like strapped into this bolster, which I couldn't get out of myself. So if I had to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, I had to be like, Matt, wake up. And I was on crutches, right? So it just was, I lost my independence a little bit, which was hard.
Why was it so crazy? Like what was going on there? Like, why did they have to move your leg constantly?
Yeah, scar tissue is a big concern coming back from that surgery because that can really restrict your movement and like healing process. So the idea of always moving it is it's not allowing scar tissue to form.
Crazy.
Yeah. And you were in Boulder for that one, or had you guys moved?
I was in Boulder. So I had the surgery up in Vail at the Stedman Clinic with Dr. Philippon, and which thankfully was only a couple-hour drive. And then I was in Boulder rehabbing it and going to PT 3 times a week for 4 months. Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned Emily, though, because I was actually just thinking, because I think like Chelsea Sadar just said she opted to do some surgery on her foot too. And I was just thinking about like all these runners and triathletes. They're always like, oh yeah, I had this problem for years. And then I decided to get surgery. But then like regular people, right? I think it sounds crazy, basically. I was like trying to explain this to my mom, and she was like, why would someone decide to get surgery?
Sure.
Yeah.
For me, the doctors honestly were like, for your quality of life, like after sport, you're going to want to do this if you want to have an active lifestyle. Like you're going to be in pain otherwise. So either if I was going to retire or not, I needed to get the surgery done. But what's been amazing is I wanted to share my comeback and surgery with social media a little bit. And I've had a lot of people reach out kind of like asking me questions about it, expressing what they were feeling, if I had any recommendations. And so I tried to provide some insight. I mean, there were some people going into surgery soon and they were like, what was the recovery like for you? So I tried to be I try to be as open as possible without scaring them.
Yeah, the balance. The machine, did you tell them about the machine moving their leg for 8 hours? Yeah. They'd be mad if you didn't.
The interesting thing about this surgery is doctors have different protocols on what they require their patients to do. Like I was on the bike 3 hours after surgery, now pushing like no power, but my doctor is very adamant about movement, whereas some people don't move for 2 weeks before they like do biking and stuff. But for me, the protocol was you're on this bike twice a day for 20 minutes, no power, but just movement. So I was grateful that it felt like I was still doing my sport a little bit. I was swimming a week after with a pull buoy in, so I couldn't kick or anything, but at least I was able to like exercise or get movement. Yeah.
What point? Because I could see being like, all right, I made the Olympics, like I had a good career, like I'm done. At what point were you like, actually, I'm definitely coming back?
Part of it was my experience at Paris, or my race at Paris. You know, I did not have a good race at all. And so I kind of wanted a little redemption. It kind of ignited this fire. Home Olympics, you know, it's very similar women competing for those spots. So in my mind, I was just like, hey, I could potentially do this. So that excited me. It was just my husband, Matt, was supportive of that. And so, yeah, 1 year at a time, but it's definitely not off the table.
He retired though, right? Does that change the... Now I'm curious. If one person's retired in the home and then you're still serious at, like, does that change the dynamic at all? Is he
Uh,
jealous?
he's jealous. Like this morning, I was like, he asked me what I have today, and I was like, a 2-hour ride. He's like, oh, I'm so jealous. And so, like, yeah. But like yesterday, I biked after he got out of work. I had a recovery ride, so we biked together. So we're still trying to find this balance of him training with me a little bit because he enjoys it, but also it helps me. But he's definitely lost his fitness, so I'm officially faster than him in the pool, which is fun. So
Oh, that's
it's
a good husband who's still swimming. Like, is he enjoy swimming still? I mean, if it weren't you, would he swim?
he gets out when I start to cool down. He's like, I'm done.
Okay.
So I feel like it's because of me.
Yeah.
But he was my main training partner leading to Paris. So it's been a really big change for me. I'm doing a lot more solo training, which has been interesting to navigate a little bit.
And you guys moved to Arizona too. So
Mhm.
have you found like a training group there yet?
No. So anyone listening to this podcast, if you want to train and you live in Scottsdale, let me know. But yeah, it's been hard because I feel like most triathletes go to Tucson. So there's not really a lot of people here to train with. So I haven't figured it out yet. I am swimming though with Project Podium. They are
cool.
at ASU. So I'm grateful
awesome.
Parker lets me swim with the crew. And so that's been great.
Nice. Yeah. And then when they go to Park City, will you have?
I am planning to leave for the summer because it's going to be way too hot.
Oh, yeah. Where are you going to go?
I'm going to go to Boulder because familiar, know it, easy. And then I'll actually go to Victoria, BC in August because it's Matt's home. I've trained there before. So kind of just doing a little bit, splitting my time between those two places.
And does he have the flexibility to go with you, or does he have to stay in Arizona?
Yes, he can work remote. So he's going to try to come up a couple weeks at a time and leave. So we won't be fully apart. But yeah, I feel like I moved to Boulder after Tokyo timeframe because I was like, I want to be one place, have my home. And now I feel like I'm a little bit back into this, not having a concrete like base and home. And I'm moving a little bit, but I know it's temporary, so it's okay.
The athlete lifestyle, because you guys moved there for his job, his post-athlete job.
He retired. He got a job. He's working 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. So he's
does
fully,
he have to dress up?
Yep, every day, business casual. Like he's got the dress shirt on. So yeah, it's different. But the funny thing is, we only have one car, so he went and got himself a scooter. So he scooters to work every day, which. He's still got, I don't know, it's just funny. So he's known as the scooter guy at his office building.
I'm going to tell you, on Sunday, we were at my parents' house, and my mom was asking my husband, like, oh, so you have to go to work tomorrow? And he was like, yes, every day. They expect you to work every day. She's like, what? Crazy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it sounds like you're still having fun. Are you still having fun with triathlon?
Yes, I still love triathlon. That's why I'm doing it. You know, I'm grateful that I can still do it right now. And yeah, and that's part of the reason why I did 70.3 is because I felt like I needed something new, a new challenge, test myself at a new distance.
When you're looking at your schedule, like what excites you the most of like,
Katie, I was going to ask. No.
You're on the same wavelength.
Same wavelength. That's why we do this together.
What excites me the most, like,
looking ahead.
Like, yeah, honestly, I love the 70.3s. I can actually race in the US. Like, I think that's really nice and exciting because it's like travel's a little easier. My family can come. So Matt can come because it's on the weekend typically. So I like being able to share that with them at this point in my career. And in terms of like short course racing, I mean, I love specific races on the circuit like Hamburg. So I'm always like targeting those type of races that I like, but then I also like the idea that there's some new locations. And so, yeah, I'm just trying to pick races that I want to go to. Yeah, I feel fortunate that I can do that right now. So.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me in Boston at Super Tri that your parents, like basically your family doesn't get to see you race in the US that often. So that's got to be kind of crazy. Mm-hmm. So now they get to. Now if you do, is Victoria 70.3 not a pro race?
Yeah, it's not a pro race, unfortunately. If it was, I would try that. But yeah, Vancouver, I hope to have family there.
That's cool.
If I get more nervous when your family's there. Did you ever get nervous when your family was there? because I always used to hate when my family was there because I felt more nervous, and this is why I'm projecting on you. But it changed throughout my career, where like the second half of my career, I like really embraced it and like loved it. Like, how are you with it?
No, I don't think I get more nervous. I just don't race as well. I don't know.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So do you ever tell them not to come then?
No, I'd rather have them there. But like, I don't know if it's correlated or not. I just like have thought back about it. I'm like, what races have they gone to? And I'm like, they're usually not good.
Oh, no.
So maybe I am stressed about them being there. Who knows?
That's interesting.
Well, I definitely didn't mean to put that on you by asking the question.
They know that. They know that. They see that too. Sometimes they're like, maybe we shouldn't go. So
Tommy's parents used to hide behind like the fence because
really?
he never wanted them at the swim meet, so they would like hide out of like
oh my goodness.
So maybe they can do that.
Perfect plan. See, what are you gonna do, Katie, if your kids don't want you at their races? Are you gonna hide?
Oh, yeah, I'll hide or I'll be there. Yeah, they don't get that choice.
Mm-hmm.
I know Kristen, our Lydia is what I was about to say. Our producer Lydia messaged you for some like, what advice would you have given your younger self? And we like put it on our Instagram. So I was gonna close with, what advice would you give like a young up and coming athletes? What do you wish you'd known when you were that young college recruitment?
Yeah, so for that I answered, I wish I knew the importance of fueling. I wish when I first started triathlon, I definitely wasn't fueling enough and I was getting injured. And, you know, the running culture too around eating and weight. I just wish someone had told me how to fuel and when to fuel, and the importance of it, because it changed my career when I did start doing things correctly. Like my injuries, I didn't get stress fractures. Like, I was happier. I feel like my overall mental health was better. So I just think there's so much positive to come with, you know, feeling your body right and getting more out of yourself because you're strong and healthy.
I want to have a follow-up question, but
fine,
I know
you can
we're
have a
closing it
follow-up
out.
question to finish it up.
Who helped you do it? Like, what helped to make that
Sure.
shift?
I had a dietitian, Liz Fusco at the time, intervene. Like, she basically came in and was like, trust me, trust this process. You're gonna probably put on weight, but it will like give me time and you will see the benefits and everything. And so I just was grateful that someone finally told me to eat more, because before that I would go to dietitians and they'd be like, oh, you have to cut this out, weigh your food. If you want to lose weight, this is how you do it. But she was the first person that was like, you got to eat. That's your problem. That's your metabolism's too slow. Like, you're starving yourself. So that was a game changer for me. I'm so grateful that, you know, we crossed paths and she came into my life, and I trusted her.
It's amazing. I always joke that, and it's like maybe true, but that like athletic women, active women, blanket recommendation, 80% of you could just eat more. Most people, you just eat more and it'll probably be good. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And I'm excited to see what you race the rest of this year. We'll be cheering for you.
Thank you.
And thank you everybody for listening. Share on your favorite podcast platform, leave us a review, rate us, and we will be back next week.
Hey, Feisties. Feisty CEO Sarah Gross here, interrupting your podcast to tell you about the new event we launched in 2026. It is the biggest event we've ever had at Feisty, and we are excited to bring everyone together in one place. If you've been around for a while, you know we've done a lot of events over the years. Conferences, retreats, live podcasts, group runs and rides, and for a while now, we've been dreaming of something bigger. Of one event that brings all our communities together. A weekend free from judgment, full of science-backed health information and fun activities. And most importantly, completely free from the chaos of the outside world. That weekend is here. Feisty Fest is coming to the East Coast of the US, September 18th to 20th, 2026 in Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania. It's 3 days of doing the sports you love, experts who give you straight answers about your body, and a community of women who move because it's who we are. No weight talk, no influencer culture, no one needing anything from you. Just 3 days of being completely, unapologetically yourself. This is our first ever East Coast event, and I cannot wait to meet you all there. And the first 100 women to register get a free Feisty Fest crew neck sweatshirt with a custom design by artist Lisa Congdon. It's really nice, so y'all should jump on that. They're going fast. Head over to feisty.co/events to grab your spot. The link will be in the show notes. Come get a little feisty. I'll see you in September.